Hey, it's Irina Pozan, and welcome back to the Career Cravings Podcast. This podcast has a simple mission. It's to help ambitious professionals like you build the career and life that you've been craving. Over the past 15 years, I've worked as an HR leader, designed hiring systems, led recruitment teams, and I've sat on the other side of the hiring table. I've seen what works in today's job market, what doesn't, and what separates those good candidates from the ones that actually land their dream roles. Now I'm bringing everything I've learned straight to you. Each episode is packed with actionable insights and tools to help you land your dream role sooner. Now let's dive in. Hello and welcome back to the Career Cravings Podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about one of the biggest mistakes that I see made on LinkedIn with job seekers looking for their next opportunity. And I know this is controversial, and my take is probably one that is different than you've heard before. And this is all about that big green banner, that open to work banner. So maybe you're using it right now, or you're thinking about if it would help you, or maybe you should or shouldn't. We're going to talk about the hard truth and the fact that it is not helping you land a role faster. And in fact, it could actually be hurting you and working against you. So today we're going to be breaking down why that is and what to do instead so that you can get hired faster. All right. And before we dive in, I am coming back feeling energized and inspired. I was in Paris last week, and going away and taking time out of your regular routine is so important. I feel like when you put yourself in a new environment, at least for me, I always come back feeling so much more inspired. I have so many more thoughts and ideas and things that I want to do, and just come back feeling so energized, especially when you're in a brand new environment you haven't been in, or you're in an environment that is completely different than what you're used to day to day. Just taking yourself out of that environment is so key. And if you want me to do like a full breakdown of the Paris trip, let me know in the comments. If you're listening on Spotify, or if you're listening on Apple or YouTube, just send me a note. I would love to hear it. If that's something that you're interested in, I will do like a full breakdown. But let's dive in to the topic of the green banner, because I get asked this all the friggin' time. And a couple weeks back, I was hosting a group coaching session with my HR Star community. P.S. If you don't know what that is, feel free to reach out. But the question kept coming up, like, should I use this banner? I heard from many coaches that I should, and it gets me noticed. And like, I just said it straight on that call, like, no, you do not need to use this. And here's my opinion. And I remember like people just kind of say, well, this isn't what I heard before. And like, why is that? And I realized it was such a hot topic. I need to bring it here to this community as well, because I know many of you are trying to think about whether it would be right for you or not, or maybe you have it on and it's not working and you're wondering why. So we're going to be breaking all of those things down, including what you can do instead. Okay. So in that group coaching call, I also asked, I was like, well, that's my opinion. Please prove me wrong. I'm like, who here has the green banner on? A couple of people said they did. And then I'm like, okay, is it working for you? Like, are you getting recruiters reaching out and like offering you interviews? And it's just like crickets, right? So I'm like, okay, so we know that's not working for you. Let's talk about why. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so I get it. You've probably heard from so many career coaches or recruiters that it's helpful and they want to see the green banner so they know you're available, but that isn't important to land a role. When you think about job searching in a way that's easier, let's break down how to actually do this. So the reality is that recruiters are likely not just going to reach out to you because of the banner. If they do, it is actually from completely different reasons. And I get it. Like, you want to be seen and you want people to know that you're available, and you're thinking the minute you turn this on, it's going to work for you. And that likely isn't the case, which is why you are listening to this episode right now. The reality is that the green banner doesn't say very much except that you're available to work. And it doesn't say, I am the best fit for this role. I am a great candidate for this role. Instead, it brings this desperate energy of, I need a job. And that is not what gets you hired. So let me pull back the curtain on what actually recruiters look for in the hiring process. So recruiters are not scrolling LinkedIn, just looking for the green banners and thinking, these are the people that I'm going to reach out to. They do scroll LinkedIn though and find the people they want to interview, but it's not based on the green banner. So they look for top candidates who match specific keywords, who have real results for the type of roles they're looking for. So let's just say they're looking for a payroll manager role. They're not just looking for any payroll manager that's out of work. If anything, the best quality candidates are often working at other organizations. And when I was working, I've never had the green banner, and I've always had recruiters reach out with matching opportunities. Let's break down why that is the case. So again, recruiters are looking for top candidates that match specific keywords that show that they have real results in that area. And when they see the green banner, it often actually signals desperation over value. And that's not always the vibe that we want. We often think that if we turn on the green banner, that all of a sudden our whole network is going to try to help us find a job because they care. And I wish that was the case. But from working with hundreds of people on helping them find a role as fast as possible, this is never part of the strategy. I always leave this decision up to my clients. That being said, I instead give them the tips we're going to go through instead to make them a desirable candidate. So what happens when you put on the green banner, it actually makes your community feel like they don't really have an obligation to help. So for example, say I'm on LinkedIn. Every day that I log in, I see another green banner, and it isn't specific like to me to say, Irina, can you help me? Instead, it just tells the world that like I'm open for a new opportunity. Now that doesn't give me any accountability to help. And that's what's happening with your network. So you may notice that people are liking, maybe they even share it, and then that's sort of it. And what works so much better instead is if you want your LinkedIn community to rally and help you find a job, this is what you do instead. You reach out to the people that can actually help you. You reach out to the people that know, like, and trust you. And you reach out and you say, hey, this is what's happening. I'm looking for my next opportunity. And you let them in. And instead, you personally invite them in to help you, human to human. So this works so much better because even if your community has the best intention and they want to help, they will just likely continue scrolling. They don't stop and think about, well, what can I do to help right now? That's often not what happens. So it doesn't get you the results you're actually looking for. Now, the good part about an open banner post is that it lets your community know, and then hopefully it reaches out to other communities. But I often find that this is not the strategy that works the best. And it often doesn't get very many results at all. And sometimes low key, it's actually sabotaging your search on the other end. Okay. So the first thing I would want you to do is, who are the people, if you did upload a green banner today, who would be the people that can help you the most? Reach out to those people directly, human to human. Send them a voice note. Send them a message. Ask them to go for a coffee chat. Let them know where you're at. And when you do this, it allows for the person not to keep scrolling, but to think about, oh, I didn't know that, Jessica was in that position. I didn't know that. Okay, let me think about that. And then it stops them in their tracks when they have a real person asking for something that they know and they like and they want to help, right? So that is a strategy that works 10x better. Now, I also want to break down what recruiters are actually looking for when they're scrolling LinkedIn to find the right candidate, because this happens all the time. So they are, again, looking for those top candidates that match the specific keywords they're looking for and showcase real results in roles like that, right? So instead, what you will want to do to catch the eye of the recruiter is privately open your open to work settings behind the scenes. And this works for everyone, even if you're currently employed, because it does not signal to your current company or your boss or any of your community that you're looking publicly. It only allows you to come up in the search results when a recruiter is using LinkedIn Recruiter to find their next candidate and they're searching for the right skills. Okay, so optimizing your profile so that you can show up when recruiters are looking for you is the biggest key. So when a recruiter is searching for LinkedIn, they're going to be putting in keywords. So they're not relying on the green banner, but instead they're focused on attracting the right people to their opportunity. So instead they're going to use keywords to find the right person. So make sure that when a recruiter is searching for those top keywords for the type of role they're looking for, they can find you and they can reach out to you without using an in-mail when you open your profile behind the scenes privately to recruiters to be able to contact you. This is going to work so much better. If your profile is aligned with the type of roles you're going for, you will get noticed and it will not be that desperate energy of I need any job and more about I'm interested for the right type of opportunities, which is a very subtle difference, but it goes such a long way. So if you're trying to figure out which keywords you should use and how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, go back after this episode and listen to episode number 5 in my podcast, because in that episode, I break down exactly how to optimize your profile to get recruiters to reach out to you. So you are going to want to position yourself as a high value candidate specifically for that role. And that's going to go so much further than the open to work banner. So I know this is a personal decision and this one I will leave up to you. I am just sharing my opinion that after working with hundreds of people, this is not what got any of them hired. None of them got hired because of the green banner. That being said, doing the other 2 things we talked about, which is optimizing your LinkedIn profile so recruiters can find you based on the skills for the type of role that you're looking for. And secondly, privately signaling to recruiters that you're open to work through changing your LinkedIn settings. Those 2 things combined will actually get you hired. So let me know if you completely disagree with this and if it has worked for you. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it, or feel free to reach out. I'd love to have that conversation. And I would love for you to prove me wrong. It just hasn't happened yet so far in my world. So that being said, I know that job searching can be tough, and I know that it can seem like the green banner is the magic fix, but actually your positioning of your experience is. So instead of relying on that green banner to get noticed, make sure your LinkedIn actually attracts the right type of opportunities to you. And listen to episode 5 on exactly my step-by-step guide on how to do this smartly and efficiently. All right, until next time, I will see you in the next episode. Hey, before you go, if you've enjoyed listening to today's show, I would love your support. Please take a moment to leave a review anywhere where you listen to podcasts. And here's the exciting part. I'm running a special contest and giving away a one-on-one session with yours truly. All you have to do is leave a review, take a screenshot, and send it to me in my DMs. All of my contact info is in the show notes. I appreciate you so much, and I cannot wait to build the career and life that you've been craving together. See you next week.